Well, it's been 40 years since the last Switch came out, and now it's finally time for a proper console upgrade from Nintendo. Because let's be honest, it needed it bad. Almost every aspect of the original Switch is outdated, but not anymore. On the Switch 2, you can actually talk to your friends on the console with a proper game chat. Oh my god, can you believe it? It only took them 20 years, but now they're gonna do us one better. You can even see your friends this time around with the camera accessory they're probably gonna sell for like 150 bucks. Sounds like a fair price to me, but hold on just one more second, they're gonna do us even one more better. That's 2 times better. They're gonna allow you to stream your games to your friends in a smooth 15 FPS, and it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Actually, I'm lying. It's quite painful for my eyes to look at, so let's move on to what's really important, the hardware. Nintendo finally revealed features of the console itself, and we're talking bigger screen, 1080p resolution, up to 120 FPS, Jesus Christ, it's a miracle. 4K gaming when docked. You might be thinking that's an April Fool's joke, but you're wrong, that was yesterday, and this is the future. And a little extra bonus from Big Daddy Nintendo with HDR support. Nice little touch there. We're also getting a much needed storage upgrade in the base model. 256 gigabytes. That can almost fit 20 copies of Tears of the Kingdom on it, which sounds good to me. They unfortunately didn't say if it was an SSD or not, but who gives a shit at this point? I'll take any sort of upgrade I can get. We're also getting upgraded versions of certain Switch games so that we can experience them on a frame rate that doesn't make us question why they even released the game in the first place. Because there's no reason on this planet that any Nintendo game should be running at 30 FPS ever. That is an absolutely disgusting frame rate. Might as well be a slideshow at that point. They didn't share any more details on what's powering the console yet, so we'll see what they're rocking on the inside when they decide to reveal more. But with the console itself out of the way, let's get to the games, because they announced one of the greatest games I think I've ever seen, Drag X Drive. It's a wheelchair basketball game, and you play as a robot in a wheelchair, and you get to wheel yourself around and get buckets. And it's all controlled through the new Joy-Cons. So you're literally wheeling yourself around and shooting basketballs. For me, this is gonna be an absolute must pick up for the Switch 2 when it comes out. Drag X Drive, don't forget it. The other huge surprise is that Nintendo teamed up with From Software for a Switch 2 exclusive Souls-like called Duskbloods, and oh my god am I hyped. Well, I would imagine it's a Souls-like because, you know, that's what FromSoft does. It's unfortunately coming out next year, but I just can't believe this is even a thing that's happening. Next up, we got Mario Kart Worlds. It's an open world Mario Kart game where you have to drive to the courses themselves to start the race. Or you could just drive around with your friends, who cares, you're a free man. There's also more players per race, so you can get even more pissed at the fact that you can now drop from first place all the way to 24th place. I can only imagine what that's gonna feel like. Might as well end it all right there. We got a new Donkey Kong on the way, and this guy is looking mean. His facial animations are a touch weird, but I'll let that slide because the gameplay looks pretty cool. DK looks like an absolute beast this time around, destroying everything in his path, so we finally get to see the power this man is capable of. I'm just glad Donkey Kong is getting a game for the Switch 2 right off the bat. The man deserves it. And lastly, they're finally bringing GameCube games along with a new wireless GameCube controller to play those GameCube games with. This is something I've been wanting to see for a long time, and it's finally happening, so better late than never. And then just 2 side mentions, we saw Metroid again, and a new 007 project, which I'm interested in seeing what they do with that. Other than that though, they just announced a bunch of older titles coming to the Switch 2 that came out a while ago, like Elden Ring, Cyberpunk, you know, stuff like that. And while it is impressive they did manage to get those games to run on the console, no one buys a Switch to play real games. They buy them to play Nintendo games, or at least I would hope. If someone buys a Switch 2 hoping it's gonna run the latest and greatest technically demanding games, they deserve to be disappointed. But that's it for me, boys. Remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.